Beep, shush. Beeps, shut up. What time are you in work today, Finn? Oh, you're in now, oh gosh. Just got it on in the background like you did yesterday, was there? No, Arya. They keep going to the danger zone. Getting themselves a bit lucky. Ah, cool. Yeah, we got 8. It looks like she could be building a bit again. It's a bit of a messy business, this. If she has one before Helen gets back, can you guys like type out, the guy, people in the UK, what time she had it? Yeah. Thank you. Well, wait for another litter, I guess, unless they wanted to swap to a boy. That would be the other option. Not much I can do. That's what she has, that's what she has. Good girl, Arya. Nobody gets stuck, is it? They're very noisy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got everyone, so that's good. Everyone's accounted for. No, 7 boys. Yeah, 7 boys, 1 girl. 8 puppies total. Thank you, I hope it... She seems to be doing really well, coping well with her. And Kenny, we always knew you'd be a good mama. We did. We did. Yeah. I'm having the shakes. So she's just got the shakes. She doesn't feel cold. Good girl. No. It's like Jude's litter in reverse, isn't it? So many boys to girls. But yeah, the camera angle doesn't show you, but that are still fairly firm and quite rounded, and you know, that way. So I think we got a few more to go. mad when you look at the amount of space those puppies are taking outside. They were all wedged inside her. Good girl. Good girl. Like me. You nutter. You nutter. Yeah. Good girl. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. There was 8 puppies. 7 boys and 1 girl. Good girl. They went under your arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, still at 8. Yeah, she still feels fairly full. We've still got more in there. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. Honestly, I haven't really processed it yet. Well, I think I've had 1 hour sleep, 1.5 hours sleep since 5 o'clock yesterday morning. So I'm running on fumes at the minute. So yeah, it's gonna take me a couple of days to snooze and nap enough to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go and climb into there. Shall we get into there? Yeah. So yeah, not knowing the like processing it. Yeah, like this litter should be a real nice litter. So I'm looking forward to seeing them develop and stuff. Arya? Another one? Yeah. So I'm not just giving her squeezy cheese. I've been giving her bits of calcium tablets throughout as well. Not a lot, because she's working and in college. So, majority is going to be just me. Morning. Yeah, she is. She's doing really well. I still think we got more in there. Yeah. Oh, minimum. Actually looks like she's having some contractions now. I don't think so. She still feels pretty full. I'm just gonna do this and I'll show you the perspective of what we're looking at. See how big and wide her belly still is? So, yeah, I don't think she's done. Yeah. And it's pretty firm to the touch as well, the belly is, so. We've still got more to go, haven't we, baby girl? Phoebe, shush. You know, I'm water then, sweet pea. Yeah, I was getting really puppy broody in the build up to this, I gotta admit. Oh, thank you, Marissa. I didn't realise you watched the YouTube channel. She's like cousins, isn't she, to your girl, Arya? Emily, we actually don't mind people breeding from their puppies. They get from us as long as they're full hearing, and then a hip and elbow scored and over too. So I mean, she's not old enough yet, but those are the requirements we have if people do want to breed. But I'd imagine you want to get like your back and stuff sorted before you do any of this anyway, because my back's sore after this last night, leaning over the whelping box and stuff, so I'd imagine you want to get that sorted. Yeah, it's funny, like, it's really weird, but I don't think of people I know, like, watching it, but I know they do, so yeah, it's me being weird, but I guess people, like, know what it's like living with loads of dogs and loads of spots, and you sort of live that life through me without having to do it themselves. Thank you, Peter and Carly. Yeah, I'm really excited for this litter. And I would say that about every litter I ever have forevermore, because how can you not be excited? But yeah, to see how these develop, be interesting. And once everything's kind of settled down, I'll have a good look and see if I think any will live her. Don't think so yet. Ah, cool, Nicola. Give Mr. Mars a big cuddle from me. Yeah, that's almost certainly what I'll end up doing. I've been a little bit umming and ahhing like whether I will or won't, because obviously I've got 2 puppies at the moment that are only a month apart in age, but you know, these puppies are like 5 and 6 months, nearly 6 and 7 months younger than the 2 puppies I got right now. So sorry, math is hard when you've been awake this long. Yeah, so they're far enough apart in age for me to not think it's a bat poop crazy idea. Yeah, we're still on 8, but I think she's building because there's goop coming out of the back end because the puppies keep getting clean and dry and then they're getting re-dirtied again. Yes. I think that's a placenta on its way out. Is what they're catching themselves on. Yeah, I mean, you know, the other side and aspect of the channel is to also show you that the amount of work that goes into having puppies, and you know, even I can't show it all, but as a former vet nurse, I'm sure you know or have a better idea than most people how hard it is. And then, you know, also the risk to your dog. I have heard of a girl this year that she had complications with a C-section and ended up passing away. And then 5 puppies got hand-reared for a couple of days and then fostered by another dog. But you know, stories like that, although rare, they do happen. So we always just want to make sure people are fully aware, and you know, the equipment you need and everything like that as well. You know, for example, this whelping box was like €350 back in 2019. So no doubt it would have gone up by like €100 by now. So yeah, there's a lot of outlay with a litter before you get any sort of return on it. So it's just making sure like people are aware of all of that. But again, I know because you're a vet nurse, you've got a real, probably a better idea than me on what the veterinary procedures cost, if they need any. Yeah, Dalmatians generally have big litters. Very few small litters generally. Obviously small litters can happen because timing is wrong, infection, reabsorption, loads of reasons. Yeah, and you know, the other thing is as well, like, even though sort of the minimum age we'd remove an endorsement is 2, doesn't really guarantee or mean she's ready at 2. She might need to wait till she's 3. You know, some mature more than others, and I find the fewer dogs in a household, the slower they mature mentally. So like Arya, if you think back last year, she was happily nannying, auntying the litters we had last year, playing with the puppies, helping wash them, contributing in that way. And you know, after her first season, she really grew up and didn't really play properly with Pod anymore like she used to, and all of that stuff. Because she'd grown up basically. You've got a really dirty head again. So yeah, and then, you know, the running costs of litter, of puppy pads, of the extra washing, the extra heating, the heat lamps, the food for the mum as well, vaccinations, registrations, puppy packs, hearing tests. It is just, you need a money tree to have a litter. So yeah, I'm not sort of casting aspersions of the financial aspect, but it is a serious aspect to consider, especially if they did need a C-section. And then, like, you know, not every dog is born to be a mother. Some just don't like it, don't have the brain for it. You know, Nala was an excellent mother, but she hated being pregnant. Absolutely hated it. Whereas Arya sailed through her pregnancy, so. And in all fairness, Jude still wanted to play tennis ball like 2 or 3 days before she had her puppies. I had to do like 1 or 2 baby throws for her, and then like give her the tennis ball and just leave her have the tennis ball, so she wouldn't try and run with all the others after the tennis ball. Whereas like Nala, she just wanted to be on the sofa and do nothing else. Yeah, and I think like in the nicest possible way it should, because not everybody is cut out for it. You know, it is hard, you know, when we've had a puppy put down, that's awful. When we've lost puppies. Lanny! Lanny stretched and knocked my phone off. You a naughty Lannister. No, you didn't go and this blood. Oh shit. The hell? It's like somehow loosened the level thing. Just by doing that. Dang. And I've broken the wire too. Right, might be better, mister. If we don't put paws up on the sofa, arms of the sofa. Wow. Dalmatians are expensive over there then. They're nowhere near that much here. And then like in the UK we don't have limited registration, or we have it in like a different way then. We have what's called endorsements, and the breeder can lift the endorsements so that you can have registered litters. And there's still like plenty of breeders that don't, but part of me thinks if you set conditions for it to be lifted, then you're trying to ensure that people are still breeding for the right reasons. And, you know, breeding just because you think it's good for them to have a litter isn't a good enough reason. But I think to crack down on, you know, unregistered litters and all of that sort of stuff, then they'd be better off requiring that all dogs pass health tests with average or better than average results, and then lifting them. Then, you know, you get so many people that don't lift them, and then you get loads of unregistered litters. It's just not the most logical of things. Alright. Shush.
Not anymore.
No, it looks like she's had some well, it isn't, because to register them you'd need to prove that they've got their health clearances. Just talking about breeding and endorsements and stuff.
Endorsements is there to protect the breeder as well as the puppy. Wait, shut up. I bought Squeak. I went to Farm Foods because I used to do the trays of Red Bull, but they didn't. But they had large ones, so I just got the large.
Where are they?
In the kitchen. I know. I know.
But yeah, whereas like by so many breeders just point blank refusing to lift them, then people have unregistered litters, which then they don't have such good access to sires because they're unregistered litters, and I just don't think that's really getting anywhere, and they don't bother getting hip and elbow scored because the litter's not going to be registered anyway. So then the actual betterment, it'd be like pass all health clearance.
Oh, I don't need to be snogged all the time. Helen just went to me.
Huh?
Where you going?
Who?
Helen. I'm going back up. Oh, she hasn't finished yet then? Obviously not. What? Just yawned in my head then? Oh my god, mental down the bottom of the van. Mental. Traffic everywhere. Come back, there's traffic everywhere.
Yeah, and in the UK, even if your dog's endorsed, you can still show it. So, yeah, it's different here. It's like in a lot of places, if they're on the limited register, they can't show them either, even though they're registered. But if they have full registration, then they can be shown. But that means they can't have registered litters. It's really bizarre way round of doing it. But I think she could probably do it going out for a peep, couldn't she? I know. But it might do her some good just to move a little bit.
Has she shifted at all?
Really? She looks like she's had some contractions. Come on. Come on, Arya. Come on. Arya, time for babies. Arya. Arya, come on. Come on. Quick. Arya, quick. Arya. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yay. Good girl. Good girl.
Well, she's got
What?
some percent has just come away from her.
Thought you might. Do you want to grab it?
Yeah, you can grab it now and move.
Alright, let's go, babies. Baby time.
Lovely.
Oh. Ugh. I mean, you know, you can still do other things like trick dog titles, obedience, agility. Maybe not agility with your back. You know, just kind of prove that she's worth it, you know. Right, let's put the heat lamp on for 5.
Are you not in?
Everybody in!
Come on. Wait for the door. Come on. In. It is really nippy outside. Oh, God.
This is solid. Feel it?
Ooh, lovely dance. Right, move out of the base and then you can just get past from now. Oh no.
The only difference is when she stood up. She's all sticking out on the side. You know, like with Jude, in lockdown, there were no dog shows to go to, so I did trick dog titles with her. Still on 8, and still feels like there's more in there, doesn't it, Hal? She's nodding for those who can't visualise her.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm just not functioning.
To be fair, I'm barely functioning. It was half snoozing a little bit.
Snoozing?
When you were gone, I was like, I could just feel my eyes going a little bit.
Me and Judith were singing. Oh, should we do some singing? so funny. Oh my. Here we go. Down in the water, down in the sea.
Oh, that's your latest favourite song, is it?
How many fishies can you see?
What do you normally sing to Judith, huh? Nursery rhyme.
Ah,
What nursery rhyme do you normally sing to Judith?
I don't know.
Go on.
Ah, twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Is she a stunning star?
Yeah, roughly. I think she's averaging one an hour.
Well, it is rough. You know, you don't think it's singing, but it is. You know, it's 1 an hour, and we technically don't know how many's in there.
No, you're not pinching him.
I don't want to pinch him. You go through the teenage phase not long. He's lovely like this. And then he's like, oh, horrible. And then they go, nasty.
Oh, don't throw him off the sofa. Nasty. Horrid. Horrid little girl. When you really want to give her a fresh bed and you know you should.
Oh, God. What's twinkle, twinkle for now? Go twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high. Like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. I'm singing this to a bloody dog. Oh, he's such a handsome boy. He said, "No,
Someone under your elbow, Arya. 1, 2. You are not helping. Could you move him up? 1.
There's 4 there, 7, 8.
Oh, no, they are all there. Well, no, because she started at like 10 to 2. It was too late to have a pizza. Oh, don't she never added to lose it.
What?
You've officially lost it.
Who said that?
Charlotte.
I lost it a long
Well,
time.
you know, you never added to lose it. Gonna sing again?
Go. No. Go twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Up, that's my arm. Well, I can't even sing it now. What's it called? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. So if you're wondering if the dogs and the puppies get socialised and they get loads of...
They get crap like this thrown at them all of the time.
Because they get used to all of it, and then they deal with it, and then we do this, and then we clap, and then we dance.
We're building, I think.
And then we dance. I am nanny, that's why I'm the fun nanny. And then Sarah walks into my house and it's like it's
Carnage.
It's carnage when Sarah walks in. Pumpkin pie. She says, what now? Do I get to cut?
Oh, Lanny, yeah. Yeah, Lanny doing the dancing.
Oh, she's stunning. She's a stunning star. Yeah. Emily's said no wonder Dottie likes us being all hyper and stuff because she's used to it from birth. Yeah. Because what Woody does in the house is when Woody gets really excited, which is Judith's brother, he taps his front feet and goes, woo woo! So that's what we do. Because Uncle Woody, because you like Uncle Woody, don't you, Pumpkin? And then you go, woo woo!
So missions going to play, you know.
Go, woo woo!
Oh, no, because they're all have. Not allowed.
I've got Pumpkin on me now.
Don't care, you're not allowed to have.
You're not howling. Right, Lanny Lannister. Ah, he's got little grapes now.
Cop in a field here.
No, I'm just looking at. Stands nicely as well, doesn't it? Caught you then. Toad, a toad hole. Oh, poop. Sorry, I didn't swear.
Right, the cheese is for Arya.
No, there's a tube for her.
Okay, but not yet.
There's four in there, and there's one tube for her.
Yeah, Nala hasn't nicked it anymore since. I did watch it back. It was really funny because she was like really casual about sniffing the whelping box. And it was like kind of making sure I wasn't going to come back, wasn't it? And then she was like, okay. Eating cheese now. That was one of her bitches, this booked to come to pod. What?
She just stuck her teeth in it.
I
Who?
know.
What one? Who?
The one you just liked a photo of.
Oh, Janet.
Don't say it out loud,
Oh.
but it's not her. She doesn't own it anymore, she bred it.
Oh. Why is it Janet? Because I was looking at Janet. What? She's a bit of a cheese fiend. I love cheese, mind.
Amy's on the case to get a bandana. Can't remember what it says. But it's something to do with cheese. It's cheese something. Because she's working me for the treat. The cheese. She's got to grumble at the daughter. You were utterly shameless, Jude. You're only having a little taste. And you, Banana, are having the tiniest little mouse portion. Jude's next.
What?
Who's having the next litter?
Oh, God.
I mean, Dora could be next, but I don't think any of us are ever going to be ready for that. There we are.
No. No. We know we've studied. We've already worked that one out. It's just I'm not having Sarah around when it happens. She's going to have to be evicted. I'll send her up my mother's.
Sure, if you don't tell her that she's gone to pod,
Yeah.
just wait for her to figure out the Dora's pregnant. See how long it takes her.
God, it won't take her long, will it?
Right. But will she go mad at Woody thinking it was his fault?
Well, I shall like Woody the best.
I know, that's what I mean. Lanny, that is not belonging to you.
No, it was absolute carnage
What?
last year. Having Judith's and then having Lily's litter.
Oh yeah, that was stupid
carnage.
having them 5 weeks apart.
But to be fair, It was a
I haven't
crack.
actually decided for Jude. I got a couple of options in my mind, but
Where's Dora's going to Podrick?
yeah,
Because I think he'll balance her out when he...
fingers crossed.
Let's hope so. If
In
not,
in our heads, all of these pairings
should work.
should work, but breeding is a bit of a gamble, you know.
I don't know, Rambo love.
Being horrible to raise.
I'm not being horrible. She keeps coming back all the time, so I can't do that.
Pumpkin. Licking her bottom is disgusting.
It's very unladylike.
I'm falling out number 2 on that front.
Oh, good God, I don't do things like that.
I love playing with it like this.
Ooh.
Go on, go on. She funny. Pumpkin, don't give her more keys.
She's a bit more sensitive, isn't she? Now he just grabs her neck and tries throttling her.
But I play with it and I stalk her like this. Outside. I just keep eye contact. And you know when they rear up and they bounce sideways up on it? She does that to me and then she does zoomy laps around everywhere. It's really funny.
Ah! Jesus,
She's building
Christ.
a bit again.
Like, stop bouncing on me all the time. Nanny can't cope with it.
Yeah, pod slash.
Yes, well, he needs to calm the Dora down, because if anyone, well, no, you don't really, unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, luckily you don't know what Dora's like,
Let's hope they throw to their daddy's side.
because she's a bit of a, she's a pretty dog, I was going to say pretty mare then.
Mare's more accurate than dog.
She should have been a chestnut. I think it's because Selin's ruined her. Nala, there's no cheese up there.
We've used it all up. Out. No, out. What? Look knackered, baby girl. Fun, dude.
So, while we'd all just sat here waiting,
Podrick!
Does anybody have any questions for me and Sarah that you want to know? If it's in, you know, dog world or any questions at all. So, I mean, as I'm sat here nearly like falling asleep, so somebody's gonna have to keep me awake. So if there's any questions you want to ask, then just fire away. I don't mind. I don't care. Something to keep me awake. I should do out uni work actually, but I really haven't got the head to do uni work. Nanny Lannister! He says what, Nanny? I'm stunning. Get off that, you little toad. Charlotte, if you're still there, thank you so much for the pictures as well on Saturday of Woody. I loved them. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed yourself as well. I was like, you know, a bit gobsmacked with his placing on Saturday as well. But yeah, thank you for the pictures. They were really good. I've used one as my profile picture. I don't know if you've seen it. But yeah, and if anybody wants to come and help us at Crafts on March would be amazing. Considering we've got 9 going so far. And I really don't know how we're going to manage 9 bloody dogs. I think there's me, Sarah, obviously me and Sarah, Sarah. I don't know if Tegan's going. I know my mother's going, and I'm trying to coax somebody else or other people to come and help us, because I think it's just going to be absolute chaos that day. So thank you. Yeah, well, the more the merrier, because obviously we're going to have dogs being pulled in and out. Do we think there's going to be a lot of livers in this? I don't know. Don't think so. You haven't seen a liver in this litter so far?
Potentially one, maybe. I don't know. We need to have a good look once they're all properly clean and dry.
We're not sure if
she's
a carrier of the gene anyway. So Woody is, obviously Khaleesi is, Woody's had Pod is. Are we keeping any from this litter? If I win the lottery, then I will. But no, I've already got 6 in the house. I don't know if Sarah might, depending if we got. We never turn around and say no. We'd never turn around and say no. If there's something that we like, then we will keep. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, we never turn our nose up. And if it happens, it happens. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we keep our dogs for showing. And I have to admit, as much as I grumble at the thought of showing, I did really, really enjoy Saturday. But yeah, we just need help on the day of crafts, really, because there's going to be just like 9 dogs, and there's like it's hard enough taking like 4 or 5 dogs, because obviously you've got to make sure they're watered, you've always got to make sure there's somebody around, like, and stuff. And it's so busy at crafts as well, because the public are allowed to wander through like the benching areas as well, and it's just manic there. So we like kind of need people to come and like help as much as possible. Selin's really good, mind as well. My youngest, she's amazing. She's far better dog shower than handler than what I am, and she just won't do it. But I say now, I think Woody would take her off her feet if she showed him. But she's really, really good, but she won't do it. So a bit gutted on that one. So, but yeah, if you're in crafts, and it would be amazing if people can come and help us. So yeah, because me and Sarah, I think we need a HGV lorry to get there, I think. Oh, 2 seconds. This seems really weird. It's like 2 years ago, we were delivering Arya, and now we're delivering our puppies. It's very bizarre. She's a little princess, and you, Arya. So, any questions? I'm trying to keep awake here. Yeah, she was a cute puppy. I found loads of pictures on that I'd taken of Arya and Pod. I was on about Pod as well earlier on. I've got pictures on my phone of him looking mightily annoyed being stuck out in the rain.
Any questions?
I think Pod reminds me a lot of like Simba to look at. Oh, I do. His personality, I think he is. The top.
No, nothing. It isn't that. Oh,
Yeah,
you did eat the chicken.
Yeah, she did eat the chicken. No, I do think if Simba was a bit more chilled, he would be like her. Well, Sarah breed from Phoebe. Yeah, I think you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
I want a rough collie. We're trying to find one of them. Is like trying to find unicorn poop. She's a nice bitch, Phoebe. I like her though. But I think she's got a identity crisis. I do. She thinks she's a Dalmatian. Nom, nom, nom. What are some of my favourite dog breeds?
I've answered this before.
I love rough collies, but I was brought up with a rough collie. My mother only agreed to marry my father if she could have a dog. So they went and had a rough collie. Yeah, so I really like them. Dalmatians, I've always been around them because our farriers have always had them. But yeah, I don't mind some. I don't mind staffs. They're quite nice dogs. I quite like Rottweilers as well. That's another one. But
oh, good luck with Zeus anyway, Dad.
yeah, so I like rough collies and I like Rottweilers and stuff. But of course I like Dalmatians.
I hope you do.
Might be stuffed now if I didn't, wouldn't I? But yeah. Ooh, why? You solemnly swear you're up to no good. Yeah, all my farriers had Dalmatians.
Eight, 7 boys, 1 girl. Never had so many boys in one litter. Humps.
Still only had 8 puppies, 7 boys and 1 girl. Dalmatians are not very popular really in this country, are they? There is, you know, you've got to travel around in this country for a decent breeder.
But then
It's a
travelling around in this country compared to travelling around in the US.
Oh yeah, it's a different scenario. But there. It'd be full of nuggets, wouldn't it?
Well,
And poddies.
go lie down, Nala.
No. The cheese was up there.
Honey wants to go out.
Yeah, but if you want a decent breeder, you still got to drive out. I know we're nothing like America, because obviously a country isn't big like America, but you've still got to travel to get a decent breeder though, haven't you? You know, it's not that easy, is it?
8:30. We know 10 o'clock.
Yeah. My mother walks around with that Hafwenna bag. It's the best advertisement in the world, that is. Yeah, we think there's more, isn't there? Yeah.
Seen the entry for Booba.
Yeah, I'm not doing Booba because no, I didn't. I did. I was going to. It glitched, and then Tegan wants to go out for food, so I was like, I might get Selin to come and puppy sit. She's been drawing a lot recently. Keep telling her to draw a Dalmatian.
Okay, Gav. I've got more in there. It's definitely.
Hiccup.
She's like solid still there.
So do you think she had the break, but that wasn't a change of horn?
Is this the break?
This is the break.
And then we're an hour and a half into it, so. She's not settling to sleep, so it's a good sign that she's not done, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't have a dog before I had Simba. I had only had dogs when I was I only had two dogs when I was growing up. I had a rough collie, and then we had a whippet.
That was my first dog.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like everything you just learn, and I you know, it's like anything in life. Unless you have something, you're not going to learn. You can read as many books as you want to, which helps, but I think myself, me personally, you learn on the job, don't you? Oh. So yeah, so you know, and we've got all of these now. It's just learning. Oh, do you want to explain the change of horn?
So, imagine the uterus leading on the way out is like a Y. The one side of the Y is one horn, and the other side of the Y is another horn. And they're both filled with puppies. So, yeah, they kind of empty one horn, and then they change to the other side, which is the other horn.
The thing is as well, don't we? Like, do you know when we've done litters and over the years, you know, like we've read the stuff as well, haven't we? You've listened to podcasts, then you go and listen to this. Then you speak to people.
I read a lot as well.
Guys!
Chill your brain.
You know, and you do listen, and you listen to what other breeders do as well, and you take that on board, and then you think, I'll try this, and if that doesn't work, you try something else.
On YouTube. Lannister.
I stumble across things more than anything else.
You naughty. Naughty boy. Why's your naughty boy? Yeah. Yeah, that's Nala in the background.
I wouldn't say supervising. I think she's on the cheese hunt, I think.
Generally, but I mean, it's really hard to predict because you can't really see to know. Yeah.
And look at Nala. Nala didn't have a gap, did she? She
No.
just went straight through. So you don't really...
Yeah, sometimes the change of home can take hours and sometimes it can take minutes. It's just...
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I wonder if all the boys are like you, Lanny. People are going to be really lucky. Like...
Look at him. He's got like such a smirk on his face.
Such a softie. Such a softie. Yeah. Not always. It just varies, and it's not even from one dog to another. It's one labour to another within the same dog.
I was going to say, Jesus.
These two labours
two
are so different. Lily's got better as they went on.
Yeah.
Whereas Disney, she had two, but the first was easy, second was hard.
She was...
You
had no idea with Disney, did you?
The first time.
And you didn't even know when she was gonna... She just lifted her tail up and just popped them out. Like tic-tacs. But like humans, it's like Tegan. Tegan took me 5 hours and 3/4 from start to finish. Selling took 12 hours. You know, it all depends, isn't it? Oh, she was like tic-tacs, wasn't she? Diz was. He just...
Do it again, tap your foot. We have the more people for girls. So, either they change their mind or they keep reading.
Thing is, and that's the thing, isn't it? We can't predict anything.
That's why we don't take deposits until after they're born.
Yeah, because also things happen during birth. You can be told, you know, like with Disney's litter, we got told there was 8. She had 14. Obviously, one died within 24 hours. But yeah, you just don't know until what goes on, and like kind of, you know, for the first week to 2 weeks is quite stressful with the puppies as well, because a lot can happen with them. Oh, we're still learning because we're still relatively new to this, so you know, I don't make out I'm an expert because I'm not an expert, far from it. But I take advice from other people and listen, and I listen to read books, and then I listen to podcasts and stuff like that. And you just learn as you go along. I will say the only time I've really thought, oh my days, what are we doing, was Lily's last litter when she was struggling, and that's when I was like, no chance. You know, and like, to be fair, like in my job that I do, you've got to be so professional as well. So, you know, and there's no point panicking, because if we panic, she'll panic, and then you just cause chaos, don't you? We normally having a laugh more than anything else, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, she's just stuck the duvet on my head.
I think we've been more laughy and jokey because they've started earlier previously. Like, I've had probably an hour's kept since 5 o'clock yesterday morning.
And that's all I've had since yesterday morning. Like, I got up at 6:15 yesterday morning. I come home and I went to bed for an hour and went, slept on the sofa, fell asleep. And the only reason why I woke up was because of the fact that the heating was blasting.
And then you slept a little bit down Gareth, is it?
No, what, 10, 15 minutes? When I say 1:15. Well, to be fair, she's never really seen this, is she? I know she was little herself, wasn't she, last year?
And she was in the other room, wasn't she?
It's all the different smells as well, isn't it? It's a good job she's got as many as she's got at the moment, because she'll
Is she licking the vet bed? She's not licking.
does sound like he's losing the will to live up there.
We haven't actually given him a bit of time here, have we? Dad! Dad!
Tells him
That's
off
right,
all the
he's
time.
playing with Lani.
Oh. You like this stage, don't you, Dad? You just don't like them when they've got teeth. I find him hilarious. I find this part where he just wants to taste them and lick them and look after them and nurse them brilliant. And then when they've got teeth and they want to play with him, he's like, rah, 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 rah.
Dad? What boys? Dad's...
He says it's cold and it's wet out there. Caesar pie. A pumpkin pie.
No. She's a little pumpkin. She's a little pie. See? Didn't do it right.
No, do you know what it sounds like? She's a little pumpkin, short and stout. It's my...
Yeah, I told you that.
Ah, right, okay. Somebody just put a message up. I don't know what
Do
it
you
was.
ever listen?
No. No.
Yeah, it's on his Christmas list. Tractor run over Daddy's boomer ball.
Well, the big plastic one.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really want to stay out in the rain sometimes.
Lads, should I check your ears?
Don't be horrible to him. He's only just come in. Look at him back out.
Dad. Sounds like someone knocked the door then. Dads, you got a poorly foot. Lovely. How long since boy 7?
Boy 8 was 8:30. Boy 7 was 7:15. Oh yeah, boy 7, sorry. I'm thinking of puppy 8. We're just going in numbers, not.
How can you get well? You have to contact us via our Facebook page. Then you have to have a conversation with myself.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because Sarah doesn't do the communicating part, so I do all the talking. But she does all the
Social media.
social media. I don't like social media.
Helen can't take a picture to save her life.
And I also don't like social media
Yeah,
because
but
I
you
find...
can't take a picture.
I don't like taking pictures anyway.
You're not good at it, that's why.
No, but I don't like taking pictures anyway.
He is useless.
Yeah, I'm not very good at taking pictures. It doesn't really bother me. But yeah, so to contact, so you message our Facebook group page, and then I give you my phone number, and then we have a little discussion. I can't tell you when we're going to have a next lifter because we just don't know yet, do we?
She ain't a million miles off for some reason.
So, but yeah. Trying to find pics of my dogs is a nightmare, Finn. Just
Yeah, I know.
I don't take pictures. I take
Because she can't.
no. I haven't got a very good phone.
They're blurry. They're out of focus. She doesn't turn the living room light on, so you can't see anything.
I don't like my living room light on.
Tough.
I don't have a good phone. I'm not very
picture.
good with phones, right? Because I drop them. If you could see my phone now, it is smashed to smithereens. So I just don't see the point.
Yeah, but even on my phone.
Ah,
don't take
can you I'm not singing down the phone. I can sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, Carly said when you phone me to sing nursery rhyme. Oh, no. Everybody must think I'm nuts, though, because I sing to the dogs in the house and...
Everyone does think you're nuts.
Yeah.
Scary nuts.
But I'm not scary.
I tell everyone that says you're scary, I'm like, she takes so much crap off me, but she does openly admit that I'm the only one that can get away with it. I know.
Huh?
I'm good. So yeah, you get every side and aspect of my dogs. And there's like hundreds of pictures of each dog you could choose from.
I sometimes think, oh, shall I get a decent phone? Or shall I get a decent camera? And then I just think, no, because I'll forget to take pictures anyway.
Well, you still need to learn how to take a good picture.
I don't want to take good pictures. I just can't be arsed. I avoid pictures like the plague anyway.
To be fair though, like if you're the one holding the camera, you're not the one on camera. So you'd be better off learning how to take decent videos and pictures.
He's been laughing.
Yeah, you're lucky we haven't been too bad today.
No, we're not be
Some of our lives.
Well, she says the stuff right, and then my boyfriend is listening, and then he's like, "Oh, my day's like," and then he asks me questions, and I'm thinking to myself, "How does he know
I
about
think
this?"
she would too. That could be a celebration because she's the one who's had the litter this
Oh,
year.
Finn was hilarious, and I'm having it because she had the Dalmatian welfare calendar, and I'm having a Hafwenna. And I just looked at her, I was like,
to be fair though, every time Finn puts something up on social media, she's wearing the Hafwenna hoodie. I'm like, yeah, Finn, go Finn.
I've got t-shirts, right?
She's gone home and still not put on a Hafwenna hoodie.
I have got t-shirts in the house.
Tough, you got.
I got an under.
You're not wearing them though, are you?
No.
It's no good.
I had an £80 Pure jumper on earlier on. I thought I'd better take that off.
No good. Need to.
I know you're obsessed. You probably know more about the kennel than friggin' me.
Did you know she's done a photo pedigree for Floki?
It's a mental issue.
No, it's cool though.
No, that's what she just said on there. She's done a mental. It's a mental issue. Not really.
You take more interest than somebody who's here living it.
And co-owns it.
Hey, Banu! Hey, no, Banu!
I can actually look at our dogs. I can actually look at dogs and think we bred that one. Do you know when pictures have come up and I'm like,
She's a little pumpkin. She's a little pie. She's a pumpkin.
Oh, I don't watch the... How do we get a calendar as I'd love one? I don't know. How do you get a calendar?
Give me like a week and then I'll sort it out. And it'd be sending me...
It'll probably just be Sarah's dogs on the calendar, mind. Because people go, oh, you've got dogs, have you?
Yeah, but this is part of the whole discussion. Where's the pictures? She was like... The other day, it'd be nice if you put a post up about Woody. Where's the picture?
I didn't have my bloody phone. Sarah was sitting in the car.
Where's the picture?
Well, then Charlotte saved the day.
Right, see, but you can't complain if you're not providing me with the content.
What? So what made you ladies start to...
The kennel?
Yeah.
because I got
Bad experiences.
I had 2 bad experiences, not just one bad experience. I don't know if I well, we have told people. Obviously, Nala and Simba are brother and sister. I fell out with the breeder back in 2019 when I was on holiday because I wasn't supposedly allowed to go on holiday because that was a bad thing. And then he got diagnosed with hip dysplasia through an accidental find. He suffers with
The breeder still denies it to this day.
still denies it, even though Sarah sent her X-rays and then tried saying
but he's been x-rayed and diagnosed by a qualified vet who did 7 years of vet school. This breeder hasn't got any form of medical training or degree.
And to be fair, it didn't go to have him.
We don't expect breeders to have that qualification, but if somebody who's more qualified than you says it is,
Yeah, it's a vet.
It's a vet.
And to be fair, what he'd done was, we think he'd done, he slid off the sofa. So when my ex-husband went home, he couldn't walk, could he? So we rushed him across.
to carry him in and out of the car and into the vet.
He was about, Christ, how old was he?
9 months old.
9 months old, so that's where to carry him into the car. So he was sedated and stuff like that, x-rayed. And they found he'd pulled his ligaments suddenly in his tendons in his leg. But then she found it was an accidental find. And she said he had
Because she was investigating why he'd suddenly gone off his back legs.
Yeah, so he had
But
hip
then
dysplasia.
to wake up, he was in the x-ray room because he had a dirty protest in the kennel because he was so stressed and anxious.
He suffers from really bad anxiety. So he's got ADHD and he's a nightmare. So all the other dogs in the house can be sitting in the house and Simba will be pacing back and forth. So me and his breeder had a massive falling out.
And you weren't meant to neuter him either.
I wasn't meant
despite all these major issues.
Yeah, and obviously then, because I bought Dudley's daughter, Dottie, I was incapable of looking after 2 dogs. She said that they would both be in rescue, blah, blah, blah. So, and then, obviously then, I had a massive issue with Dottie's breeder. Should never have bought Dottie because I never saw the bitch because I couldn't even see over the stable door because I'm only 5'1".
I did. She was skin and bone.
She was
being
skin and
hidden
bone.
from view.
She was 11 weeks old and she was 5.75 kilograms, which technically she should have been about roughly 9 kilograms at that age. And then she had gastric enteritis, and she didn't just have that once, she had it twice, and she was touch and go for the first 24 hours I brought her home, wasn't it? And so yeah, but she didn't offer to pay for any of the treatment.
She sent you one message to ask how she was, and that was it.
And that was it.
No interest.
Nothing at all. I ended up with
She came home with a bag of Baker's puppy food.
Yeah, and I ended up with a $3.5 grand vet fee
Nala,
that the insurance wouldn't cover because obviously she should have been a healthy puppy. So this is the reason why.
And when we were there was a puppy pooping blood when we visited the litter.
Yeah. So this is hence why we started.
And then you hear so many stories of dishonest breeders that we kind of wanted to break the mold a bit. I'm not saying that all breeders are dishonest, but there's so many bad breeders around. And I wanted to be yes, we're breeding our dogs, but look at where they live, how they live, what they get up to.
That's why you started the
social media.
Yeah. I don't like social media because I find it too intrusive, but it works for us, and Sarah's prepared to do that, and that's fine, and that's why I take on the responsibility of speaking to people and dealing with them that way. But yeah, that was the whole reason why, because I don't want any of you lot to go through what I went through, for me and Sarah. I don't want people to walk away with $3.5 grand vet fees. It's crippling. Well, it was crippling. Do you have St. Bernard dog breeders in your area? To be fair, I have no idea.
I know of one in Brecon.
Do you?
They breed chows as well. But then, Dalmatians, it was just the breed I was always going to own. So, right, Nala, please go down.
Yeah, and that's totally true. There's a lot of people that just breed for the sake of breeding, and there's people that stud their dogs out that don't do it for the right reasons, and and stuff like that. And you've got to look at the current climate people are in as well. It's people think it's a quick fit. It's a quick buck breeding, and it really ain't. It's so hard. Remember that time we sat in the car, didn't we, and worked out how much if you had to pay somebody, you know, to be with the dog all the time, wasn't it? And it was thousands, wasn't it, when we sat and tried working it all out. You know, it's I just don't want anybody to go through what we went through. You know, it's the lies, the deceit and stuff like that. There's the horrendous part of it. You know, I could have lost Dottie within 24 hours, which, you know, would have been heartbreaking. You know, it's just one of those. I just don't want people to go through what we went through. No. So that's why we decided. And then obviously, remember, we sat in here trying to work a name out, weren't we? Because it was like,
well,
we're and a half.
The other thing is we aren't related. I was Helen's riding instructor. That's how we met. And then you were looking for a pony for Sarah.
Well, she wanted riding lessons, didn't she? And then I said
like,
to
well,
you,
I've got a pony you can loan.
So we were going to summer house, weren't we? And I said, Sarah wants to learn to ride, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not teaching my child, because even though I'm a qualified riding instructor, I ain't teaching her. And then Sarah was like, I've got a pony. And then the rest is...
Well, and then, yeah, you fell more in love with Dalmatians because you spent more time with them than other breeds. And, yeah,
You just listen and you take on, and we made that decision. And then we sat in here trying to work a name out, and we had 2 names that we wanted to use, but we didn't know which way to combine them. And if the Kennel Club would allow it, because that's another thing, is you can come up with a name, but the Kennel Club can reject it anyway.
And we didn't want to do the traditional of put Dal or Spot in our kennel name. You know, we wanted to be more original than that, more meaningful than that. You see a lot of people, they combine their kids' names to make the kennel name, don't they?
Yeah. Ours is just my daughter and your... No. I just love it when you're trying to listen to people trying to say it. Do you know what I mean? So... I saw you twitching your ear then. Oh, he didn't half stamp Dorothy. Dorothy is his... There's no denying him, is there? I got loads of Dudley pictures in my hallway.
It's because I take good pictures.
No, Carla done them ones. Some of them.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah. Oh, Dads.
Look at weird lighting.
Dads. You got poorly foot, Dads. Shall we have a little look? I love it. He said, no, it's okay. Oh, you got poorly foot. Let me say it to him to see if he limp.
Still got a massive pot on.
She doesn't even look like she's deflated.
No, I know. I think there's one definitely.
Yeah, they do, but they're not recognised.
Only in America.
There's none in this country, is there?
I'm surprised nobody's imported them.
Yeah. I'm surprised as well. How did you get this? Oh my! Isn't it a defective gene in it?
What?
The lemon.
Well, it's not defective. It's just
mutated. Some people test it, don't they? The dogs aren't carrying it. And they lemon and orange, aren't they? And then they can be tri-colours as well. Huh? I've managed to move my thing around. Oh, I don't know. Nala. He sits there so regal, doesn't he? He's like, Mummy.
He's like, cleaner. No. Won't bring in any unrelated girls.
No.
Dad. You can register them, but they'll just be registered as an unrecognised colour as well. With lemons.
Oh, you can't show them either, can you?
No. Banana! Right, I'm gonna take the dogs outside for a run and then I'll be back.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go do the horses.
Dalmatians, well, yeah, of course they can. Like any animal, they adapt. They adapt to the hot climates and stuff. You know, obviously we've had a roasting summer over here, but also the fact that people make the mistake if they've got really thick coat dogs that they shave them. Not obviously they don't just shave Dalmatians, but a lot of people will try and shave like thick coated dogs, and that can cause more problems than the worth of it as well, because these dogs can actually able to cool themselves down as well. It's just adapting to things. But saying that, my lot were fine in the summer, but I walked them like either early in the morning or really, really late at night. Yeah, that's it. But insulation, but they also to cool them down as well. Some of the dogs are. I can't remember what I was watching now. I think it was either on TikTok, it was on Facebook or something like that. It was. Oh, poop. Oh, Arya looks so tired, lovely. I'm a tired girl. Yeah, cooling mats are good. And then we got ones over, well, me and Sarah have got, and we use in the car. I use in my car, and Sarah picked them up. Is ones that you like get them wet and then they go really freezing cold then. Yeah. I've got a liver spotted one, Bellatrix. She's like a box of frogs. She's Lily and Pod's daughter. Yeah, to be fair, I'm learning now still with dogs. I've always had horses. I've had horses 37 years. I'm a qualified horse riding instructor. So horses have always been a massive part of my life. That's how obviously me and Sarah met, was through the horses, because I got given an ex-race horse. So I wanted to retrain him. You know, even though I'm a qualified riding instructor, you still need to have lessons. So, you know, but yeah. Well, technically, you should be able to see now if they've got, you can see the livers. Like sometimes they're really noticeable when they're born. You look and you're like, oh, you know, because we had a bit of a meltdown with Lily's litter because we were told the pod wasn't the liver carrier. So when this liver spotted, I think it was, oh Christ, what was her name? The one with the double patched ears. Princess Leia, is it? Something like, whatever you call it, Star Wars thingy bob. And she come out liver. Me and Sarah just looked at each other like, oh my God, what's happened? But then that's it. I don't watch Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars. I'm not into Star Wars. So yeah. So you could see from their ears, and you can see from their noses sometimes. If you can see from the pinks and stuff like that, you can see. But some are a little bit more difficult. So I think there's one. I think we can see. Oh, Star Wars is not fabulous. Yeah, there's not major patches like we have. Like we've had like ones over their eyes, ones over and do you know, back in the day, patches used to be drowned because they didn't like them. But a patch is a patch, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I just think it doesn't make no difference in my own opinion. I think like a dog, where the way I look at a Dalmatian is how I'd look at a horse and how they run. So, like when you look at a horse, you want the top back end, they want the whole top end like in a straight line. So top line is like one level with the horses, so they work effectively from behind. And it's the same with the dog. So like I run my dogs like with Woody quite low, so I don't run with my hands high up and hold his head up. I run with his head down so he can actually run, because a Dalmatian, the point of a Dalmatian is to be able to run for miles and miles and miles, because that's what they were bred to do. They were hunting dogs, they were guard dogs, they were carriage dogs. They were quite a versatile breed, because obviously, we read books, and I did a presentation on Dalmatians for my uni thing last year. So when you look into it, they've been around for centuries, and they technically don't even know where they were actually originally from. A lot of them, they say, actually could originate from the UK as well as Europe. But yeah, so when you look at them, you look at a dog, and that's what they were meant to do. So they're meant to cover ground, and that's the same with a horse. So the engine is at the back and not at the front. So if you hold the dog's head up, it's the same if you hold a horse's head up. So when you're riding, it means that they drop their back in the middle, they become tense in the front of their shoulders, and they're not carrying themselves properly. So, if you watch, like, I don't know if anyone has any interest in horses at all, but if you watch the dressage riders, like obviously Sarah's a dressage rider, so you want a horse to cover the ground, and that's the way you want a dog, a Dalmatian, to cover the ground. So, and that's how you want, and that's how you run. That's how you want to run a dog, is to keep their head down and to cover the ground. So, and if you keep their heads up and you tense them up, they are just not going to use their engine, because the animal's engine is at the back and not at the front. So yeah, so when I look at a dog, I'll always look at how it moves. So to me, it makes absolutely no difference about spotting. I don't like LUA's mind, but I don't care if it's got a patch. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. It makes no difference to me. As long as the conformation is fine and it moves fine, then that's fine by me. But then again, I'm not a judge either. So, but back in the day, they used to drown patches. But that was one of the things that they used to do. So, yes. And, and that's people that have bred for years and years and years. So, yeah, and that's, But yeah, I think everybody's different, and everybody looks at a dog differently, and like, it's like with everything, isn't it? It's like, I love thoroughbreds. I love thoroughbreds in the horse world. Not everybody likes thoroughbreds. Like Sarah loves bloody warm bloods. But, it's just up to the person. And I think like a patch, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with a bloody patch. And, you look at it, most people will recognise a patch Dalmatian because of 101 Dalmatians. And a lot of people are breeding patches as well now. So, if they wanted to get rid of it, you've got people breeding them. It's like people that breed with blue eyes. It's like the biggest no-no going, because it also has what did he say? It's also connected to deafness as well. So, you know, it's just, yeah, they look pretty, but technically it's not a good thing either. It's just, yeah, but I think people are just a bit, you know, we're stuck in our ways on times. Yeah, but then, like, Woody and Judith are really heavily spotted. You know, they're not black. They're not like a bloody black Labrador. And you don't see much of Woody because obviously I don't take pictures, as everybody knows. But they move amazingly, the first litter we ever bred, they are really heavy spotted, but they move really well. They move lovely, all of them do. Every single one of them moves lovely. There's a couple of them, and obviously like Judith and Woody, and they are really heavily spotted. But do you know, it depends on where you're from with shows. I don't do showing. Sarah's mad into showing. I couldn't give a toot about showing, even though I did enjoy it. I just don't like getting up early, and no shows are ever in Wales. There's like a handful, about 3 or 4 at the most. Otherwise, we've got to travel hundreds of miles and it takes forever. But it depends on where you are. Like, we've got a database we have. I think it's Fossa and High End Press or something like that we've got. And that's how we enter shows. And yeah, like, we did go to Ringcraft, but I felt like we weren't learning anything. We were just running the dogs back and forth. So Sarah did a training video with me because, you know, I'm still learning when it comes to showing. And Sarah put that on YouTube. So, you know, if you wanted to watch that, that's more than, you know, a lot of people have found that quite helpful. But yeah, like, but Woody was easy Saturday. He was like, you know, but yeah. Which breed do you like other than, I like rough collies. I like rough collies, which I'm trying to find a breeder, but it's like really impossible. There's meant to be one in Carmarthen, which is on the west coast of Wales. But yeah. I love Harry Potter. I'm mental for Harry Potter because obviously I've got Lily with me now, haven't I? Lily lives in my house. So then we've got Dora, that's Nymphadora Tonks, but it depends on how much she's peed me off that day, is depending on what I call her. Because how old's Woody now? When did he start to listen to you? When did Woody start? Woody doesn't listen to me. Woody does. Woody's absolutely my dog in the house. But out on walks, he's just diabolical. He's fine if he's by himself, but if he's with other dogs, he's just blatantly rude. So he doesn't go off the lead very often unless I've got him in a like enclosed area. But he's 3. He's the same age as Judith, obviously, isn't he? But yeah. So Dora is Nymphadora Tonks, and I depended on what she's annoyed me with. And then she gets called. And then we've got Bellatrix Lestrange, which is obviously Bella Mozzarella. But yeah, but I love Harry Potter. I just don't do Star Wars. But, and the thing is, as well with Patches, you can't tell if you're going to have him in the bloody litter anyway. Makes no difference. So, yeah. But, yeah, I just think it is what it is, isn't it, really? They're all sleeping now. They've all got full bellies. I'm glad they're sleeping because I'm absolutely shattered. And when they're quiet, it means they're content. If they're hungry, they scream. And that's really hard work. But when they're like this, it means they're having plenty of food, they're happy, they're sleeping. You've got happy little puppies you have then. I'd answer the message, so. From Debbie.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No more. There's 3 still out.
Where did she put it? What?
She sent on Messenger, I think.
I think she did. She texted, did she?
Oh, she might have texted, I don't know. Bellatrix has actually got the same spots as, I think it's Simba, on her head. Well, if there isn't any more, she's extremely fat.
I can't see her.
I can't, and I'm normally the first one to say there's no more, aren't I? To be fair, I normally go, oh, nah, there's not any more. But she's just...
This is probably just a gap. Well, we're about 2 hours since the last pack. That's nothing.
At
is
this
it?
rate, we will be having a Domino's because, oh, hello.
And she hasn't relaxed. I was just going to say, should we order one in? But I might have to pause the live so I can look at my messages. And
Yeah. Tegan.
right, we're going to have a bit of a gap. If when she starts pushing, we'll start up the live again. So, yeah, we shall see you soon.